Hi, welcome back to Book Nerd TV. Today's video is a bit of a year-end wrap-up sort of a situation. However, rather than a top 10 best or top 10 worst or best or worst list, what I'm going to do today is the Kwanzaa Reflect-A-thon. It was created by Njeri at Onyx Pages, and if you're not already a subscriber to her channel, I would encourage you to get thee to her channel immediately. She does some amazing work. She reads African-American descended speculative fiction a great deal of the time. Sometimes it's science fiction-y, sometimes it's more fantasy, and then again, sometimes it's just speculative fiction. You will get so many suggestions to put on your TBR. So if you've not subscribed to her channel, go ahead and subscribe to her channel. The Kwanzaa Reflect-A-thon utilizes the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, and they are Umojaa, or unity, Kujichagulia, which is self-determination, Ujima, which is collective work and collective responsibility, Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics, Nia, which is purpose, Kuumba, which is creativity, and Imani, which is faith. For the first principle, Umojaa, my selection is Bloodchild by Octavia Butler. Bloodchild is a collection of short stories. However, my selection is literally the eponymous work, Bloodchild. Bloodchild is centered around a particular family and the decisions that a particular family member has to make in regard or in light of the circumstances that this family, which is a part of a refugee group on a planet that is not Earth. And it centers around that family dynamic, about the choices they have to make, about the situation that they found themselves in. For the second principle, which is Kujichagulia, or self-determination, my selection is Valedictorian by N.K. Jemisin. Valedictorian is about a young lady or young girl who, I think she's in the 10th grade when the story starts, and she is a very, very smart young lady. Of course, by the title of the book, she is the smartest person in her class. And because she is the smartest person in her class, and she has determined for herself that she's always going to do the best that she can at whatever she does in class or otherwise, the people around her resent that she's always striving for excellence, always striving to be better than not only the students, but she is clearly more intelligent than a lot of the other teachers, which causes conflict for her with her friends, for her with the teachers, even perhaps a little bit of conflict for her and her family, with her family. Over the course of this short story arc, you see her determination to remain herself, even if she's only competing with herself. You see her refuse to dumb herself down or sabotage herself in order to fit in. She remains herself, and that's all I'm going to say about it, because I may ruin it's a short story, so if I say too much, I'll kind of ruin the entire story or spoil the entire story for you. But Valedictorian by N.K. Jemisin, very good short story. For the third principle, Ujima, or collective work and responsibility, I've selected All Systems Red by Martha Wells. And you may say to yourself, what? Why? I selected All Systems Red because it does have an African descended character who is sort of the captain or the boss or the head scientist, and she is featured, Dr. Mensah is featured in the short stories. We get to know her character develops a bit, and not only do we have Dr. Mensah, but we have an entire crew of diverse characters. A part of this scientific group is an augmented human, and this person is human just with some augmentation. And then we have the main character that is an AI, but an AI that is partly human and of course partly AI. I selected this book because it has the elements of these disparate characters maybe coming together to work together as a unit. And even though we have our main character, Murderbot, who keeps himself away from or outside of the group, Dr. Mensah, the African descended character, insists on bringing the AI into the group and making him, they, a part of this group. And so for me, that's the collective work and the collective responsibility that is displayed in the book. The fourth principle is Ujamaa, and that is Cooperative Economics. I selected Red at the Bone because at sort of a core part of the plot is the wealth that the family does have, and they're not wealthy by any stretch of the imagination, but they're able to own homes. They're definitely able to have a nice middle class life, even living in Brooklyn. From the genesis of the family moving to Brooklyn, you can see how uncles and aunts helped nieces and nephews, in-laws helped other in-laws, sons, mothers and fathers helped sons and daughters, even found family, right? Even helping found family. And that is how the wealth that is generated because of the assistance and the cooperation of generations within this family. Principle number 5 is Nia, or purpose. And for Nia, I selected Home by Toni Morrison. Home is about one person, one man, truly finding his purpose. Ultimately, there are a lot of other plot points and issues that come up, but at the heart of this novel, the soul of this novel, is about a brother and a sister finding their purpose and their place. Home is a very worthwhile read. You will be left wanting more, but I think maybe that was her purpose. Principle number 6 is Kuumba, or creativity. I selected Sinners, Saints, Dragon Haints in the City Under Still Waters by N.K. Jemisin. Sinners, Saints, and I'm going to abbreviate it because I can't say the whole thing every single time. Sinners, Saints is another short story that I listened to at least 3 times this year. It is a short story that I just love. I love the imagery. I love the magical realism in the story. It takes place right after Katrina, or during the time of Katrina in New Orleans. The story is so creative, and it falls back on some of the folklore, or borrows from some of the folklore of New Orleans, of the South. For me, it's a very Southern story, a very sort of local story, if you will. So yes, Sinners, Saints, Dragons, Haints, in the City, Under Still Waters, N.K. Jemisin, definitely displays for me wild, amazing creativity. Principle number 7 is Imani, or faith, and for this principle I selected Long Division by Kiese Layman. You may feel a lot of different things after reading Long Division: enchanted, mystified, confused. What I know you will get from the book is the belief in the power of love, which to me translates into faith. I hope that you walk away with the same sense that I did from this book, that love is so powerful. It can reach across time, that it can create, and that if you believe, right, if you have that faith, you will find the thing that you're looking for. So that's what I got from Long Division. Well, that's my edition of the Kwanzaa Reflect-A-thon. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to visit Njeri's channel, Onyx Pages. She is the creator of the Reflect-A-thon, and she did a wonderful Reflect-A-thon. Her books are really, like I said, nothing like mine, just awesome selections. I want to make sure that I give a shout out to Shannon at That's So Po. She's also participating in the Kwanzaa Reflect-A-thon, and she's doing a video a day for the 7 principles. It's really awesome. I just really love what she's doing over there. I really applaud her for doing that this year. It's a pretty awesome way, I think, to approach the Reflect-A-thon. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, go ahead and leave me a like. If you're enjoying the content thus far, go ahead and subscribe. And if you'd like to be notified when I post a new video, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Remember, no matter what task you have to complete within your day, there is always time to read. Bye-bye.